So let me show you what I've been up to. Same thing as before. Getting vintage vehicles running. This was bought from South Carolina in 1989, and I don't know what the old man did to it, but it had a lot of problems under the hood, so I didn't make a starting video because it was jammed way back in that corner. That car was moved over, so there was no room and it was not easy to get running. Let me explain. First of all, the distributor was set in the wrong position, so the timing was way out. All of the spark plug wires were one out of position, and then 4 of them were in the wrong place, so the firing order was all messed up. So I initially got it running, and then that's when I found out the firing order was messed up, and it was popping and banging. Damn plane. So then we found out that this spark plug here in the first cylinder had the gap pinched together, and it was all wet and gooey because it never did run right. So anyways, it does have the original carburetor, and I hear those are worth $5,000. We ran it with the fuel system disconnected from the tank. Who wants 35-year-old gas? And ran it with a gas can sitting on the ground with its fuel pump sucking the gas out of something like a redneck gas can. It is a real and authenticated GT350 with a 4-speed manual, Hurst, and perfect interior, flawless. Tack. All 4 tires were flat to the bone and cracked so much you couldn't put air in them, so we went to the farm and got some farm car tires. But the big problem was, tried to take the cap off, blow the fuel backwards through the line with 140 pounds of compressed air, and no air would come out there. It didn't blow. Found out the problem was this, the fuel sender unit. It had this on the end and everything was clogged up, so got a piece of wire, cable, shoved it in there, poked it through, got a screwdriver, dug out all the sticky gooey gas that clogged it, and then found out that that's all wiggly for the fuel sending wire, so we couldn't put it back in. It was just leaked gas. Locally we found exactly the right part. Sweet. So now, since the gas tank was open, it's still open at the bottom, we added some fresh gas to it to loosen up the old sticky gas and siphoned it out. It is running pretty good right now. Now we have to reinstall that. We have to reinstall that and put a small piece of fuel line in because the fuel line was hard and cracked. And then we'll do a running video. A little bit more room in here now. There's the Hertz 350 GT 1966. Pretty much the same car. It's for sale. He's thinking maybe 140,000 Canadian or more. The 55 Chev is working great now with the 454. The fuel system was of course all gooey too. Had to flush fresh fuel through, but the mechanical fuel pump on the engine was all clogged and gummed up. So I had to take it apart and free up the valves and use carb cleaner and clean it all out. Been working on the 454 1979 El Camino and found out the MSD system is non-functional, so it has no spark, but it's cranking good. So I'm just going to rewire it to set it back to no MSD. Next, we've been working on this stupid thing. This 34 Ford has a 350 Chev or something like that in its small block. Very professionally built car, but very wonky way it was wired. The red is negative, the red battery terminal, and the black is positive. It's just, we're still trying to figure out the wiring. There is a wiring issue. And the Lotus Well, only thing wrong with it is the electric fuel pump is seized up after sitting. So this has been sitting since 1998, since 1989. This one, of course, I said I got running perfect. This has been sitting for 25 years since 99. And this El Camino has been sitting also for 35 years. This is exactly what the Mustang tires looked like, all four. So,
not gonna get another for it.
lots of work to do, and I don't have any more spare tires, so he's gonna have to spend some money. This is what we are collecting our stale fuel in. So now we've got to put a fuel sending unit back in and take this thing for a drive and rip up some runway. Yeah. Sweet.